Hi everybody, it's Kim. Today we're going to talk about the Wandering Jew, or the Tradescantia. I have a cutting that I had rooted here in my bedroom window. I think it gets a decent amount of light, maybe not quite the amount it needs, but it is such a pretty plant, and I wanted to kind of review that plant and how easy it is to propagate. So let's take a look at some of the Wandering Jew. Okay, now I've taken the plant down from its hanger and I'm going to show you, this one is pretty sparse where it's not really gotten enough light. But what I want to do is show you where the roots will grow if you take cuttings from this. Each little spot where the leaves grow out will grow new roots. So if you want to start a new cutting, for instance, just cut underneath this node right here, and then you can take that little cutting, root it real easily in water or just sticking it down into the soil and moisten it, and you can get a new cutting. And the best way to get a really nice thick pot would be, for instance, to take several of these and put them around. Let me find the end of this one. Put them around in a pot so that you have a very, very thick column of new starts to come through. Each of those spots will start growing new roots. So we can have a pretty thick little bundle to get going. But the beauty in these Tradescantia Zebrina, this one's called, is that pretty purple stripe with the silvery green, and then the underside of the leaf is such a really pretty vivid purple that it just looks wonderful. And I like the visual of one of those pots that is just so thickly matted that it just makes a great big round curvy ball. So basically that's what I'm going to be doing. Now, because I'm trimming from this particular ball, there's no drainage, this is just one of those like fish bowls. This will stimulate each of these nodes up here to start growing. You can see where I've taken some cuttings and we've got new growth starting from the bottom again. Little spot started right there, but I'm just going to really cut this back pretty severely to get new growth ends, because this will be a whole new pot. But that's how you start the cuttings. You can put them in water or put them in soil, as I said before. Now I'll show you some of my cuttings that I have over here that you've seen before in some of my other videos or posts. Okay, now this one is a pot that I just stuck a lot of cuttings into to start a nice thick pot that I can put outside. But you can see how pretty the colors are and how all the little short stems are rooting off each other and coming and making more and more branches. It does have the vivid color, especially underneath. It's just a pretty plant to grow. And if you have not grown this before, try it sometime, because it's very, very easy to grow. Now, these, in a previous video, you remember when I rooted those, I just stuck them as a base for, these are paper whites that I just stuck them as a base. They're rooting very, very well, no problem. Let me see if I can pull one real gently up so you can see the big roots that have started on that. They come real quickly, and I can just put these down into soil. Now, I prefer to go ahead and put them into soil real quickly. Here's another little bottle of them. And this one is growing with a hyacinth. It's got a lot of roots down in there. I don't know how well you can see this, but a lot of roots are growing from that very quickly. Now, some of these are the roots of the hyacinth too, but they're growing very, very well. But you just get such pretty color, and I love that color with the noses of the hyacinth. And I have had some of my hyacinths begin to try to bloom. You can see this one, it started its bloom out of this top already. And a few more are just barely getting their noses, but we're having some good success with my hyacinths. Okay, you can see the beginning of my hyacinth growing right here. And it already has the scent no more than is coming out of the flower stem at this point. Now you can see how well the cuttings did in the paper whites. The tiny bowl that I stuck them in and the paper whites. We've gotten buds here. And then up here is a blossom that is just about spent. But my garden room smells so wonderfully. I like that scent. Now some people don't, but I do. And this one is a Tradescantia also. It's a close relative of the Wandering Jew, just a different variety. And that's doing pretty well. I've saved that since last year. It's grown very, very large. So try the Wandering Jew, Tradescantia. It is a beautiful plant to have. It accents all the other colors and everything of the plants that you have. Grows quickly. Once you see a little bit of growth, you can pinch it off and you'll just get thicker and thicker growth coming in. So I plan to root a lot of this summer. Again, you know from my last few videos, I'm getting a lot of cuttings rooted so that I can take them out on deck this summer. Well, thanks for joining me today, and stick around and watch some more videos. Bye-bye.